A group gathering here in Washington to talk about their UFO sightings, but this apparently is no crackpot convention. Former high-level government and military officials are among those sharing what they've seen in the skies.
Have extraterrestrials visited us here on Earth? Well, 14 men from 7 different countries participated in a panel discussion to describe why they believe UFOs have visited Earth. And these aren't guys they just picked up off the streets. The panel includes former governor of Arizona, Fife Symington.
Good evening. A historic occasion will take place in Washington on Monday. Former high-level government employees, military officials, and pilots from all over the world will come together. They'll discuss their own UFO sightings and encounters, and they'll do it at the National Press Club.
But the Vatican's chief astronomer does say that there could exist other forms of life outside Earth. And he says if they do exist, they are God's creatures.
The people of the United States who have paid the bills have the right to know. The people of the world demand to know because it is our descendants too whose lives are in mortal danger. It is time for the people of the United States to launch a new war against the evil of lies, deceit, and darkness, and go all out to win the victory of truth and transparency and light. Thank you.
A former astronaut who walked on the moon says aliens exist and that the government has been covering up incidents of contact for years now.
Well, this is extremely exciting news here in the UK. It's a massive story. What we've seen is the first step in a 3 to 4 year program to release the government's entire archive of UFO files.
Here we go, Aisha. Boom! This, the largest declassification.
Provincia de La Vega, en República Dominicana, un misterioso objeto no identificado apareció.
Certainly eerie, to say the least. Pen on your side. Contacted Kingdom.
She was really pleased when all the calls started to flood the switchboard, and then all the pictures came, and we got mobile phones and videos sent to the station. So this is the talk of the day here in this part of Norway. What the information we got was that the
Air Force pilots capturing on videotape what are said to be 11, count them, 11 UFOs, unidentified flying objects. They are officially there. Bright objects, some sharp points of light moving quickly across the sky. The tape called historic by some. Members of the Mexican Defense Department saying it's the first time UFOs have had the backing of any country's armed forces.
The Defense Secretary says images like these have never been released to the public by the armed forces of any country.
The polls show otherwise, Shepard. CNN, Time, Reuters polls, last 10 years, consistently, 50% of all Americans believe the extraterrestrial explanation accounts for these sightings. Up to as many as 90% of Americans believe the government is outright lying. The polls are unambiguous. Year after year, the same thing. In fact, if you could talk anonymously to people, even in Congress, probably 50% of members of Congress already convinced that the extraterrestrial presence explains this phenomena. Disclosure is at hand. It is very close, and the American people need to prepare themselves very soon for an announcement from our government that there is, in fact, an extraterrestrial presence engaging this planet and the human race.